guys, Gunner here again from Buff Nerf Repeat. I've got another little Hearthstone video for you here. This video we're focusing on new players. So if you're new to Hearthstone, as in you've never installed the game before, if you've installed the game before and you've played the game and you know what you're doing, you can just stop watching now. This video is not for you. This is for new players. Maybe you've seen the Boomsday project advertised on your gaming websites and you wanted to give Hearthstone a go, and you've just landed in, you've just installed the game, you've just beaten the tutorial, and now you want to play. You want to play against other people, you want to see what the competitive ladder system's about in Hearthstone. You're at rank 25 and you're willing to go, but you have no clue what to do. So I've built a couple of decks here. I've got two very cheap decks. One is extremely cheap and one a little bit more expensive. I'll explain that in a moment. Let's start with the cheaper one. This is 800 dust, which is literally nothing. This deck features no rare cards, no epic cards, and no legendary cards. It also features a lot of free cards that you unlock as you progress the rogue character, the rogue class, and you can do that against the AI in offline, almost like an offline mode, like a PvE mode where you're just playing against the innkeeper. You can unlock some of these cards. So let's go through the deck card by card. Backstab. This is one of those cards that is free to the rogue class. Very important card. It's a combo enabler. Do 2 damage to an undamaged minion. Very important there. You can only do damage to an undamaged minion. Argent Squire. This card will cost you 40 dust, and you want 2 of them, so that's 80 dust. This is a great card. It sees play in competitive, high-level rogue decks. The reason why it's such a great card in rogue is because of the Divine Shield. You play it on 1, maybe you play a Firefly on turn 2, and then you can Cold Blood. The Squire will get to Cold Blood in a minute, and what that does is giving you an extra 4 attacks, so your Squire becomes a 5/1 with a shield. It needs to take 2 attacks before it dies. It can get a lot of early work done. Cold Blood, give a minion +2 attack, combo +4 attack, so you combo this card, 4 attack to your creature. Like I just said, an Argent Squire can become a 5/1. Deadly Poison, give your weapon +2 attack. Now you want to play this when you have a 2 durability weapon equipped to get the maximum value from it. Then you have 2 attacks with a 3 damage weapon. Firefly, this is great in rogue because it gives you another 1 mana card to play. Really good for your combo enablers. Southsea Deckhand, you pretty much always have a weapon equipped as a rogue. So the reason I like this card is because the charge effect is not only good for a finishing ability, but also really good to charge into minions to help you with board control. Defias Ringleader, it's a card that doesn't see much play, and I really like it as a free-to-play model. It's only 40 dust, combo, summon the 2/1 Defias Bandit, and what that means is you're essentially getting 2 creatures for 2 mana. It's great. Eviscerate, this is a staple in any rogue deck that isn't odd rogue. Deal 2 damage, combo, deal 4 damage, that can go to the face. Sap is a free card, brilliant card. Remove a minion, return a minion, to your opponent's hand. So if there's a big taunt in the way or a big scary creature, you just sap it back and they have to play it again for the full amount of mana. Shiv, another free card. Deal 1 damage, draw a card. Very simple, good for deck cycling. Toxicologist, this is a new card from the new set, but it's only 40 dust. Battlecry, give your weapon +1 attack. So you want to play this again when you have a 2 durability dagger equipped to get maximum value from it. Death Speaker, this is a great card. It's seen play in a few odd rogue lists, and the reason I like it here is because it's 40 dust, it's cheap, and it's great to play on a card that's already been buffed with a Cold Blood, or it's going to be buffed with a Cold Blood, because what it means is you get the good and free trade, but you also then get to keep the minion alive, and your opponent has to then deal with a buffed up minion. Hench Clan Fug is played in every rogue deck, and it's a brilliant card, and it's also only 40 dust. So you're going to want 2 of these. After your hero attacks, give this minion +1/+1. This card is incredible. If you equip your dagger on turn 2 and you don't need to use it, save your dagger, play this on turn 3, and remember to attack first before you attack with this minion, because it gets its buff after the attack. Plague Scientist is really good in a budget rogue deck. Now, rogue has a card called Vars One Slayer, which is an epic. It's 400 dust, so that would be 800 dust for the pair. We can't afford that in this budget deck, so we play this instead. Give a friendly minion poisonous. You have to combo this one out, but you can apply this to any cheap card and it can kill any minion in the whole game. Very, very strong card. We're playing one of them in this deck. Gnomish Inventor is a free card. It draws you a card. It's great for cycling. We don't have Elven Minstrels in this deck. Elven Minstrel is a very, very strong rogue card, but it's a rare. It costs 100 dust. We're not going to craft any rares in this deck, so we're playing Gnomish Inventor instead for a little bit more card draw. Crazed Chemist. Now, unsure about this card, but it's from the new set, so I thought people might want to play some of the new cards, or they might get some of the new cards from the free packs that are being handed out at the moment with the Boomsday project release. So they might get this one, being that it's only 40 dust. So if you get it, you can stick it in here. Give a friendly minion +4 attack. You have to combo this one again. Fungal Mancer, again, it's staple in every odd rogue. It's a great card. I was playing this in my rogue decks before odd rogue was a thing. Didn't even see it on ladder, but it's fantastic. Great with Shadow Step. We're not playing Shadow Step in this deck, though we can do. So if you want to have a look at Shadow Step, it's another 40 dust card. You can play that, Shadow Step this, and get the buff again. It's great. Reckless Rocketeer is our Leroy replacement. Every good aggro deck needs a finisher. Leroy costs 5 mana and does 6 attack. This one costs a mana more and does 1 less attack, but it's a free card and you get the less stats because it's cheaper. So that's the 800 dust deck. This is the 1160. Now the differences are here is I'm playing Elven Minstrels. Elven Minstrel is a great card. It's played in a lot of rogue decks. Combo, draw 2 minions from your deck. So you combo this out, you play a minion, you get 2 back. It's great. It would replace the, can't remember the name now, it's going to replace the Gnomish Inventors. Okay, so if you want to play that, you've got a bit of extra dust, you take out the Gnomish Inventors and you can play the Elven Minstrels. And the other card that makes the difference is SI7 Agent. This is a fantastic card. Again, it's a combo card. Deal 2 damage. It's great with backstab. Backstab SI on turn 3 does 4 damage. It's fantastic. This costs 100 gold a piece, sorry, 100 dust a piece. So that's another 200. So these 2 in total are the extra to bring the cost up. There's an extra 400. So if you have the extra dust, you can play those. If not, let's run with the 800 dust deck. So here we are with the 800 dust deck. We're at rank 25, so don't expect a lot from these ranks. Players are like you, they're new to the game, although occasionally you will get a skillful player that is playing on a different server because they're a high rank on their other servers, or they're taking a break, or they have ladder anxiety at higher ranks, so they go and play on a different account, or just because they like to farm new players. So if you get crushed, don't worry, queue again. You can't lose stars at this rank, so just keep going, keep moving forward. So Hench Clan Thug being a fantastic card, we're going to keep it, and we're also going to keep the backstab here. Just going to play some Hearthstone here, so it's a 1-drop on 1. This cannot charge because we don't have a dagger equipped. Okay, we're going to dagger on 2 here, and like the scenario I spoke about earlier, with the Hench Clan Thug in hand, we're not going to attack with a dagger here unless we have to, because we want that extra buff from it. If we attack beforehand, we're only going to get 1 buff before we have to redagger, and it's costly. So now we play the Hench Clan Thug, and we can attack with the dagger, and if you watch, this guy's stats will boost up after my attack. And now this is essentially a normal minion now, so it can attack whenever. Incidentally, our opponent here has played a legendary minion and now an epic minion and now a rare minion. So you are going to play against players that do have cards that can harm you. Don't get discouraged, like I said. So we have a few options here. We can backstab the 3/2. We can combo out the Plague Scientist. But play I like here is... In fact, I do like comboing out the Plague Scientist, absolutely. In fact, no I don't. Let's play a Firefly here. Let's backstab into here. And then we're going to trade here, dagger here. This will grow to a 5/5, it's going to hit the face. We're going to re-dagger here, which is really important. And we can consider playing another one of these 1/1s, but on this occasion I'm going to wait, and the reason why I'm going to wait is I want my combo enabler, and I don't want to commit too much to the board here. These 1/1s are not going to make too much difference, and the charge minion is really good if we draw a Cold Blood later on in the game. Okay, so this is a turn for Deadly Poison. I've got 2 durability on my dagger, so it's the maximum value we're going to get out of it. So we're going to Deadly Poison here, and we're going to clear off this 3/3, and then we have a choice. My opponent's playing a Murloc deck. We don't really want to leave Murlocs on the board, but we don't want to waste this 6 attack either. And my opponent taps out. He obviously... well, he was quite far behind, to be honest, with that Deadly Poison being equipped. I don't think there was any way he could win that game. Now, you will find this a lot at these ranks, people conceding prematurely. I do believe that game was a win for us regardless. However, at this rank, you can't lose stars, so people are going to tap out. They're going to tap out if they have bad opening hands. They're going to tap out if they're behind, and they're just going to tap out if they've got to do the washing up. So just enjoy your free win and move on to the next one. Right, we're going to play a game now with the 1160 dust deck, and hopefully we get to see the minstrels in action and the SI7 agents, which are the differences between the two. Here we are with the 1160 dust deck, and we have a Warlock, and similar to the last game we find a Hench Clan Thug in our opening hand. As I said, very strong card. Now this time we're going to keep the Squire over the South Sea deckhand. The reason is this dies to a Mortal Coil, which Warlocks play quite often, especially at these low ranks, and this doesn't. And this is better in later game when we already have a dagger equipped. And we get the SI7 agent, one of 4 rare cards in our deck. So the 1-drop comes out on 1. And my opponent plays a Light Warden. Now what this tells me is that he has a deck which is a meta deck. He's playing a deck that is really good at the higher level of Hearthstone, the legend ranks. However, I'm not sure he's playing this deck correctly, so that might be why he's at rank 25. He may have just got this deck off the internet. So what we're going to do here, we're going to actually trade into this minion, and the reason is that this one can get bigger and stronger, and this one stays the same regardless. So next turn we can kill this off with the dagger anyway. But this one could end up doing more damage to us later on. Okay, so my opponent is playing, like I said, a very, very strong deck, and the face attack there tells me he knows what he's doing. We're just going to clear off some of these minions here. And we're going to hope he doesn't have a card called Soulfire, which will remove our minion because it's got 4 health, and this is the time when he can do it, and it can really punish us. He doesn't have it, and we drew the best card that we could draw in our deck right now. This is a card that's going to enable us to combo the SI7 agent and essentially clear both minions here. However, there is an argument to just simply daggering down the 3-1, which will become a 2-1 once I backstab the 2-2. And the reason we might want to do that is because the SI7 agent is going to find a better target later on in the game. So do I want to float 2 mana is the question, because all I will be doing here is daggering. And the answer is yes, I do want to float. In fact, we're going to float 1 mana. We're going to cold blood here. And we're going to push some damage. We're going to push 9 to the face. We wasted 1 mana. When somebody talks about floating mana, it's the mana that they've left over that is useless at the end of their turn. Obviously, you want to try and use as much mana as possible. Okay, we're going to get to push that damage again. And what we're going to do here, we're going to sap one of these creatures. Now, this is not an ideal sap target because he can play it again and get another 2 minions back for 1. But in this scenario with the SI7 agent, it means that we're going to get to push 10 damage to the face and leave our opponent on 7 health, which is extremely strong. There he goes, he's playing the minion out again. And he plays a Flame Imp as well, which is going to damage himself, which is pretty dangerous. And that just wins us the game. The second sap off the top. We can now trade in here. And the 10 damage will whack him in the face. And there you go. Our opponent here was playing a correct deck, a proper deck. He may not have played it to the best of the deck's ability, probably far from it. But as you can see, a cheap deck can even overpower expensive decks or meta decks at the top end of Hearthstone. So don't be discouraged if you can't spend money on Hearthstone. Don't be discouraged if you don't have or haven't opened any rare, epic or legendary cards in the free packs that you get when you first start the game. You can play and win games from rank 25, I would say, all the way up to rank 10 with a deck not dissimilar to this. And hopefully in the future I can make a few more decks for you around about the 800, 1000 dust cost for other classes, and we can play maybe a little bit further up the ladder, and you can let me know what you think. And yeah, hopefully, if you're new to Hearthstone, these videos are going to help you improve, help you enjoy the game, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.